Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Diane Keaton's tragic final days, the shocking truth behind her death revealed. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. Hollywood has lost one of its most iconic stars. Diane Keaton, the beloved actress whose quirky charm, distinctive style, and unfiltered authenticity made her one of America's most adored performers, is gone. Her passing has sent shockwaves through the entertainment world, leaving fans and fellow celebrities struggling to come to terms with the heartbreaking truth behind her final days. What really happened to Diane Keaton? What secret pain did she carry behind her trademark smile and witty humor? And what did her closest friends know that the public never saw? As tributes pour in, an emotional portrait of Keaton's life has begun to emerge, one filled with joy, laughter, loneliness, and an unrelenting fight to find peace in her final years. A star who never played by the rules. From the very beginning, Diane Keaton was unlike anyone else in Hollywood. Born Diane Hall in Los Angeles, she grew up dreaming of the stage, idolizing Katharine Hepburn and Bette Davis. When she changed her name to Keaton, her mother's maiden name, she was already mapping out her destiny, to become a woman who defied every expectation placed on her. Her early years were marked by endless auditions and rejections, but Keaton's unique energy couldn't be contained. Then came Annie Hall, the film that not only redefined romantic comedy but redefined her career. Her mismatched suits, floppy hats, and offbeat mannerisms became cultural icons. She was the kind of star who didn't act like one, Woody Allen once said of her. She made being different look effortless. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. A woman of depth and mystery. Behind that effortless difference, however, was a woman filled with contradictions. Keaton's intelligence was undeniable, but so was her vulnerability. She laughed loudly but guarded her emotions fiercely. She dated legends like Al Pacino and Warren Beatty, yet she never married. "I just didn't think I was cut out for it," she once confessed. "I was too afraid of losing myself." Her choice to remain single and child-free for much of her life fascinated fans, but later, in her 50s, she adopted 2 children, Dexter and Duke. Friends said that becoming a mother brought her the deepest sense of purpose she'd ever known. Still, even motherhood couldn't shield her from Hollywood's harsh realities. Fame, beauty, and youth were fleeting, and Diane was painfully aware of it. In one interview, she admitted, "Aging is like watching yourself disappear in slow motion. But you keep smiling because everyone expects you to." The health struggles she hid. Those who worked closely with Diane in recent years noticed subtle changes. She was still vibrant and sharp, but the physical toll of decades in the spotlight began to show. Sources close to the actress revealed that she had quietly been dealing with health complications, ones she never wanted to make public. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. "She hated the idea of being seen as weak," said a longtime friend. "She was always the strong one, the funny one." But inside, she was struggling. While the exact details of her condition remain private, those near her say it began to limit her mobility and energy. Keaton, who had always been an active walker and photographer, started spending more time at home in Los Angeles, surrounded by her artwork, books, and beloved pets. Her final public appearance. The last time fans saw Diane Keaton in public was bittersweet. At an awards gala earlier this year, she appeared radiant but noticeably frail. Dressed in her signature wide-brimmed hat and white suit, she flashed that familiar grin and waved to photographers, but behind her sunglasses, observers said her eyes told a different story. "She looked happy, but there was a sadness there too," said one attendee. "It felt like she knew it might be her last big moment." After that event, Keaton retreated from the spotlight almost entirely. Her social media activity slowed, and her once frequent Instagram posts about architecture, photography, and quirky humor became rare. Fans grew worried. Rumors began to circulate, but true to form, Diane stayed silent. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The truth comes to light. In the days leading up to her passing, Keaton reportedly surrounded herself with family and close friends. She spent hours talking about her life, not as a movie star, but as a woman who had lived fully and unapologetically. She told us she had no regrets, said a family source. She was proud of her life. Every choice, every mistake, she owned it. According to insiders, Keaton had made peace with her declining health long before the public ever knew. She didn't want pity. She wanted privacy. Diane never wanted her legacy to be about sadness, said one Hollywood colleague. She wanted people to remember the laughter, the movies, the style, the life she lived on her own terms. Celebrities react in tears. The outpouring of grief from Hollywood has been overwhelming. From Al Pacino to Meryl Streep, stars who worked alongside her took to social media to express their heartbreak. Meryl Streep wrote, "Diane was fearless, on screen and in life. There was no one like her, and there never will be again." Al Pacino, her former love, shared a simple but emotional message, "I loved her then. I love her still. She changed my life." Woody Allen released a statement saying, "She made my films better, my life richer, and the world more interesting." Even younger stars, who grew up idolizing Keaton, paid tribute. Emma Stone called her the original free spirit, while Anne Hathaway said, "She taught me you can be glamorous without ever pretending to be perfect." A legacy that can never be erased. Diane Keaton's passing isn't just the loss of an actress, it's the loss of a cultural movement. She gave women permission to be awkward, bold, authentic, and unapologetically themselves. Her career spanned over 5 decades, from The Godfather to Something's Gotta Give, each performance layered with honesty and humor. Her influence on fashion alone is immeasurable. The Annie Hall look continues to inspire designers, stylists, and young women around the world who embrace individuality over conformity. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. But perhaps her greatest legacy lies in her words. In her memoir Then Again, she wrote, "Life is chaotic. It's not meant to be perfect. You just keep going, and if you're lucky, you find beauty in the mess." Those words now echo like a final goodbye from a woman who understood the beauty of imperfection better than anyone. The shocking truth behind her death. So what truly happened in Diane Keaton's final days? While official reports have remained vague, insiders claim her health deteriorated faster than anyone expected. The actress, who had been under medical supervision, reportedly chose to stay at home rather than in a hospital. Surrounded by her children, she slipped away peacefully in her sleep. She didn't want machines or hospitals, said a family member. She wanted comfort, love, and laughter. That's how she left this world. The shocking truth, if there is one, is how gracefully she faced the inevitable. She wasn't afraid. She was ready. She spent her last evening watching old movies and talking about her favorite scenes, said a close friend. She was calm. She even made jokes. That was Diane, always finding humor in everything, even the end. A private goodbye. Her funeral, sources say, was small and deeply personal, just as she would have wanted. A private gathering at her Los Angeles home brought together a handful of loved ones who celebrated her life with laughter, music, and storytelling. She asked that we not cry too much, one attendee revealed. She said, "Cry if you must, but don't forget to laugh. I had a good run." A larger public memorial is expected later this year, where fans and celebrities will come together to honor her impact on cinema, art, and culture. Hollywood without Diane. The entertainment industry feels emptier without her. Directors who once dreamed of casting her now speak of how her energy changed every set she touched. Young actresses who looked up to her now struggle to imagine Hollywood without her voice, her laughter, her bravery. Keaton was, and always will be, a symbol of self-acceptance. She never pretended to fit the mold, and that refusal made her timeless. Fans remember. Across social media, fans continue to share memories and tributes. From film clips to personal anecdotes, the outpouring of love is proof that Diane Keaton's reach went far beyond the screen. One fan wrote, "She made awkwardness cool before it was trendy." Another said, "She made me feel okay about being myself." That's the kind of legacy no award can measure. The final word. As the world mourns, one truth remains undeniable: Diane Keaton lived her life as an open book, filled with humor, heartbreak, courage, and grace. Her final days were not defined by tragedy, but by gratitude. She left behind laughter, memories, and a legacy that will inspire generations. "Life is about falling down and getting back up," she once said. "And wearing the wrong shoes while doing it." Rest in peace, Diane Keaton. Hollywood will never be the same without you, but your spirit, your laughter, and your love for life will never fade.